Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. You'll never guess what I'm reviewing today. Earlier this year, I wondered to myself if anyone had created a pair of glasses that would allow me to see behind myself while cycling. I'm not a big fan of mirrors on bikes because one, they tend to jiggle while you're riding, which makes it hard to see what's behind you, and I almost always knock them around or break them. My second option would be to get a mirror that connects to my helmet or to my glasses. I don't particularly love setting these up and then knocking them when I'm taking off my helmet or putting down the glasses. And that's when I started searching for glasses with built-in mirrors. After looking at a few options, and there really only are a few, I decided on the Tri-Eye glasses because they are specifically designed for cycling. I asked the company if they would send me a pair for review, and these are the ones that I was sent. The Sport Revo Max with black Revo blue. They do have many types of glasses, and you can have the mirror on either side depending on where you live, or even a pair with mirrors on both sides, which are marketed for rowing. What's nice is that all of these lenses work with any of the frames, so you can actually buy one pair of glasses and switch out the lenses whenever you like. You even have the option for a clip-on prescription insert that you can have tailored for your vision. In the box, you get a solid case, a microfiber bag, and a cleaning cloth. Nice and simple. The mirror itself is embedded in this little pocket on the front of the lens and can be tilted up and down and right to left. What I would like to do for the rest of this video is to show you what it was like to ride with these glasses for the very first time, and then what my impressions were after 5 weeks of use. Let's get on with it. Okay, so riding on my bike. It's the first time trying these. I can see right away that I can look past my shoulder quite easily and see anything. I'm going to try and adjust this a bit more for my seating position. So I'm on the road here, and I can turn my head a bit and see behind me very easily, like that. So I can actually turn my head and look, glance and look forward even though my head is turned. I don't have to keep my eyes off the road. One thing I think I will do though is put my strap underneath, because that obstructs the view a little bit. That's one lesson learned. This is a lot faster when you need to look. You just have to be very aware to not stare at it and still keep your eyes primarily on the road in front of you. This is just my first impression though. I just want to see what it's like going cold into using it for the first time and see if it stresses me out, which so far it doesn't. So it seems to me that the easiest way to do this is look forward, turn your head while looking forward, and then glance at the mirror. That's what I've worked out in the first couple of minutes of using this. It's actually crazy how you just you have absolutely no light leak at all. It's super comfortable, and your eyes feel quite protected while the glasses are stopping the wind from drying out my eyeballs. This is a handy spot to demonstrate for me what's behind me. You can see there's no cars for good ways. Still looking forward, turn my head, look down, nothing. Wow. Turn my head, look down, nothing behind me. Car coming behind me I just saw, glancing. Ford. It's a Telus truck, which I can tell. And a Chevy car beside me. Very cool. I still automatically, already, I just kind of turned my head and looked really quick and saw there's nothing behind me. Now there's a van, Honda minivan coming up behind me, but doesn't matter. I'm just crossing the road, going onto this bike path. Nothing behind me. It's actually pretty handy. I don't normally even bother looking. Nothing behind me. Back onto the roads. I can again see there's nothing behind me. Checking is weirdly handy. Something I never thought I'd want to do all the time. Now I think I might get addicted to it. So it's been a few weeks and I'm back on the bike. Back with the Triad glasses, just to give you my honest opinion, after using them for about 5 weeks in every kind of cycling scenario that I'm used to doing. So I'm just going to run through a list of things where I think they work best and where they're maybe a little weaker. So to start off, your seating position when you're upright the way I am right now is probably the ideal sitting position to be able to see behind you. Like I said in my first initial tryout, you just turn your head about this much and you get a perfect view behind you. It's great. I haven't tried them on a drop down pair of handlebars like on a road bike, but I've seen other people work that out. I just don't know how that works. In terms of airflow, these glasses are probably a bit warmer than what I'm used to on a pair of normal sunglasses. That's because those aren't athletic glasses, and these have a lot more coverage on the upper part and on the bottom, so they stop more wind. There's a plus side to that, is that your eyeballs don't dry out, but you can sweat a little bit under them if it's a really hot day. I think it's worth it, but everybody will have a different opinion on that. In terms of getting used to them, it really only took me about 10 minutes before, I'd say actually not even, I'd say just a few minutes before I felt relatively comfortable with them, and maybe a day before that was second nature, where I could just ride with them and not think about how to look behind myself like that. So yeah, that's not even an issue for me. Some people may have a harder time getting used to them or figuring out how to use them properly, but it's not a case or a problem at all for me. Now, one of the things that's a bit of a problem with my usual glasses that I wear, which are just regular kind of walking around glasses, is light leak. So that when you have the sun in your face, a lot of light goes into them, hits your eyes, streaks all over, makes it harder to see. Not a big deal, but with these glasses, because they're so high on the upper part, you get zero light leak of any kind. I love that. While I'm at it too, the lens themselves, they're not super dark, which is at first was a bit worrisome for me because I have quite sensitive eyes for bright light, but they seem to be just at the right amount so that when you're in the sun, it's dark enough that I'm not squinting, and when I'm in the shade, I don't feel like I'm losing any visibility, which is great. That's a big surprise. So that brings me to the next topic, which is just the overall quality of the lenses. It's a high quality polybicarbonate, or whatever it's called. I'll write it up on the screen. Or polycarbonate, which is very strong, very see-through, very easy to clean. Hasn't scratched on me yet, but I'm very careful with them. And I find that overall the lenses are great. In fact, tempted to get a few different versions of them, maybe the photochromatic version that gets darker when it's bright out, but I've heard they're not great in super bright light, but maybe that's good when it's always cloudy. But again, I do find these fine in the cloud. So where's the best place to use these glasses? Quite honestly, I would use them in any situation when I'm on a bike, because I can see, it's always handy to see behind you, see what's coming, see who's approaching. They do seem to work best when you're on a highway or an open road where you really want to worry about trucks and cars coming behind you. Also when you're riding with other people who are behind you, that's an excellent way to keep track of where they are. I tried that with a ride with 3 other people recently, and I was amazed by how easy it is to keep track and not have people lagging behind without realizing it, which I often do otherwise. Love that part. Got lucky with the traffic today. Now, where they don't work quite as well, but they're still fine, it's when you're on a really narrow path, when you have to see behind you, exactly behind you, like someone who's right on your wheel, you have to turn your head quite a bit. Again, it's not a big deal, but it's a little less easy to do than when you're riding where things are more to your left. So one of the most important aspects of the glasses and being able to see behind you is safety. So how much does it offer and how much does it actually take away? Well, you combine some of the other stuff that goes on, like distractions and surprises and that sort of thing. The distraction, as long as you're using your head about it, I'd say would degrade your safety by about 5% just because you happen to be looking behind you like this, but just for a few seconds. Of course, that can also have its drawbacks. But if you look at the other 95%, which is being able to see what's coming behind you and avoiding surprises, you get a huge benefit. It's the same as being in a car. When you're driving, if you can't see behind you, you're always at a disadvantage and you have no idea what's coming up behind you. So that said, safety-wise, of course, it's a huge benefit, and it's always going to help. So I found a few times riding, I can see the car coming from 100 meters away. I can see if there's anyone approaching me on a bike path like here, and it's it's just good for peace of mind. It's a good idea. Like if you don't look at it at all, it's the same as when you're not wearing any glasses, so you're not benefiting or have any problems with it. But just using it certainly helps to keep you on the ball. So my overall opinion about these glasses, which I've alluded to a bunch of times already, is that they're, at this point for me, a must-have. I hate not being able to find things I don't like about them, because it makes it sound like I just want to sell them, which yeah, I do now because I love them, but that's not my goal here. I really did start out this year trying to think about how I could see behind me more effectively when I'm riding, and these glasses have really fit the bill. I can't recommend them high enough. And that does it for my review of the Tri-Eye cycling glasses. I don't have anything left to say except that I highly recommend them to anyone who wishes to look behind them while they are cycling. I personally don't get on my bike without them anymore. If you found this video useful in any way, please feel free to drop me a like and subscribe for more similar content. For now, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.